Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening. Big night here in Ellwood City, Riverside territory. Our matchup here tonight as the Ellwood City Wolverines have traveled across town to take on the Riverside Panthers. My name is Thad Sturgeon, alongside our producer, statistician, color commentary guy, got a little bit of everything, Brad Windhorst. Brad, good to see you. What an exciting time, these two communities coming together to play this game. The rivalry, it's been there for just my dad can talk about the Riverside rivalry in generations, and we're so close together. I didn't get a chance to look, but, I mean, 2 years ago there was cousins playing on the field.
Yep.
And we maybe have that again tonight. But a beautiful night for football. Once again, we've had 7 weeks of just perfect weather for football.
Oh, very beautiful.
And clear out. Got a pretty full moon out there, so never know what could happen.
Yep. Weather report-wise, we got 74 degrees. A little bit of a wind here. We can kind of feel there's a little bit of a breeze coming into the press box. Just a 10% precipitation. There's going to be none tonight. It's going to be a beautiful weather.
Beautiful night.
Open skies. Humidity's a little bit high, but we're okay with it because it's only going to hit 70. It's going to be a great night for fall football.
Yep, we got homecoming night here at Riverside, so that's always a big night for the schools and their homecoming. They had the homecoming court, and we'll broadcast the crowning of the homecoming queen here at halftime. Ellwood City coming into the contest 0-7 or 0-6. I beg your pardon, 0-6. Been struggling. We've said it every game. We're not going to be a broken record again, but we are a very young team. Just 3 seniors on this team.
Right.
They're
coming into play 0-6 during the regular season. Technically 0-7 with that Beaver Falls scrimmage, shall we say, our Week 0 game. Riverside's coming in 5-2. Or, sorry, check that. They didn't play the 7th game. We got all these fun things going on. Let's just throw it on the screen. Why not do it that way?
Okay, we can do it that
they're
way.
4-2, 3-2 in conference play. This is a huge game, not only for the rivalry, not only for the Riv-Ell Cup itself. There is a cup for this thing.
Yes, there is.
But more importantly, this has playoff contention on the line for the Riverside Panthers. You look on your screen, Freedom Bulldogs. Yes, they clinched this past week with their win over New Brighton. They are in. They could lose the next 3 games. It doesn't matter. They are in playoffs.
Actually, if they win tonight, they will be the number 1 seed.
Yes, if they win tonight against a tough Neshannock game, that's a huge game.
That is big.
Even if they lose tonight, technically, how it all works out, no matter what, they're clinched. Unfortunately, if you look on your screen, the Wolverines and Mohawk have been eliminated. But there's that Riverside team that we were just talking about right now, sitting there as the 5 seed, with Shenango having technically the edge with that tiebreaker and whatnot as a 5-2 team, 3-2 conference. This is going to come down to most likely that last week.
Yeah, and the schedule, this really is Riverside's last conference game until they meet Shenango.
Correct. Until they meet Shenango.
Last game of the season.
And that's going to be it.
And Shenango, we saw them play. They're a good team. Their running back last week ran all over Reese Watkins, ran all over Ellwood City. And just as a point, we were wondering as the game was out of hand and mercied why Reese was still in there at that point in the game.
Now it makes sense.
Now woke up Saturday morning, and that was a new rushing record for a Shenango player. So we know where we're at with Ellwood City. They've had some drives. They've had some things happen. You just got to sustain that throughout a whole game. We talk about Riverside, and we coming in the game 4-2, 3-2 in the conference. And them 2 losses came to Freedom, which we mentioned earlier, sits atop, and that game was 31-30. They played a Freedom, a really, really good Freedom team.
Really good.
Tight. And the second loss was to, I just lost that, I beg your pardon, folks, to Neshannock. Neshannock came in and beat them in the first game of the season, 54-34. Was by no means a blowout. It was a shootout, and Neshannock came out on top. It's one thing here for the kind of came to light here in the last day. Hunter Nolf, the 11th grade standout running back for Riverside. He's at 102 yards, 102 attempts, has 891 yards for the year, 10 touchdowns. He is not playing tonight.
Yeah, we don't want to speculate. We've heard a couple different things. We heard supposedly possibly a concussion protocol ordeal. We're not going to speculate per se.
It, but we
see number 40, that is Nolf on the edge. He has his jersey on, but he's in street clothes. We know for a fact he will not play. He's going to be replaced by a little bit of Dante Phillips and a little bit of Calvin Hughes, both running backs they've used a little bit here and there.
Yes, they have.
For that reason.
Phillips comes in, 36 attempts and 146 yards, so that's about a 5-yard average.
Right.
And I'm assuming some of these are some of the mop-up games that we come. I don't know for sure. And 11th grader Calvin Hughes, 27 attempts, 133 yards, so there's a 5-yard average there, a couple TDs. Don't let those high number, that 891 yards, that over 1,100 yards that they have in rushing yards, fool you, because on the passing side, senior Ben Hughes, and Riverside's been a pretty good team for the last several years. And Ben Hughes has led that quarterback position. He's 34 for 59, over 1,025 yards, 14 TDs. Think about that, Brad. He's completed 33 passes, and just close to half of them have been for touchdowns.
And not only that, but the 14 against the 3. Just 3 interceptions.
14 to 3.
This team does not turn it over.
A pro team would be happy with that.
Right.
With that. A couple great receivers out there we're going to get to. Kickoff sneaking right up on us here. Riverside's going to receive the ball first. And with the run-up in the kick is number 6, Jarrett Gibbons for the Wolverines.
Ryan Gibbons.
What did I call him?
Jared Gibbons.
It's his brother who played like 3 years ago. It's a moon. It's Riv-Ell. Short end over end kick taken there at the 30-yard line. Bounces his way forward, number 30 to the 38. That was number 3. Brody Barton, sophomore, 5'8", 130 pounds, with the run-up. On that short kick and the 8-yard return, they're going to spot the ball right there at the 38-yard line. Wolverines head coach, first-year coach Joe Lamenza. Taking on across the way is Ron Shirer. There's a jet sweep around that left side, number 24. Weaving his way through. He's at the 40, down to the 35. Big-time run there of about 22 yards. That was number who, Brad? I was number 24.
Number 24.
Nathan Shiro. Really, he's listed as a wide receiver. I think we'll see that. He's also the kicker and the punter.
Right. This is their featured wide receiver who has over 500 yards receiving. So I have a feeling they just moved him to that running back position.
And I think you're going to, you saw the speed. A wide receiver that comes in with over 500 yards in the first 6 games. Under center is Hughes. Quick handoff there. Nice tackle there
74.
by number 74, Rodney Grimes, junior Rodney Grimes, with the stop. Not much gain on that play, giving him 1 yard on that run. That was number 2, Dante Phillips, the junior we talked about as we led up to the game. Nice, beautiful crowd here. Homecoming stands pretty full. Across the way there as as Ellwood City has come to support their team. 3 wideouts to the right. Handoff there. Grinding his way forward and taken down, but not after a first down, was Dante Phillips. Probably picked up about 11 on that play, did Phillips, just over that left side. He's not real big in stature, but he kept them legs churning. And when you were seeing shirt tails being grabbed, that's a sign that the young man's going to get a good run. And probably picked up, about 12 on that play, Brad?
Yep.
Riverside moving the ball here. 3 run plays have gone about 45 yards. Hughes under center. 3 wideouts to the right. Handoff there to Phillips. Not much running room there. Gets back past the original line of scrimmage. We're going to credit Rodney Grimes again with that tackle.
I tell you what, the past couple of weeks, Rodney Grimes has really stepped up the tackling, stepped up that line play.
Stepped up, and it still looked like they moved him more into the middle. He was on the outside there
Correct.
as the season started. And
a couple injuries here and there have kind of moved that position.
Moved that in there, and he's filled in nicely. There's that end-around sweep to the right side this time by number 24. Picks his way through all the way down to the 6-yard line. was Nathan Shiro. Ran it to the left on the first play of the game. That play there came to the right side, taken down there by Carter Lutz, but not after a 14-yard gain. First and goal for the Panthers. Ball resting on the 5-yard line. So really, the Panthers coming out here, just moving the ball with authority, coming down the field. 2 wideouts to the left, I formation. Little confusion with the Wolverines in there. There's a handoff to Phillips, and he goes in virtually untouched over that right side. Dante Phillips with a 5-yard touchdown run with 9:14 left to go. That scoring drive just taken not quite 3 minutes to go, 62 yards on 6 running plays. So Riverside coming out and really just running it down the throats of our Wolverines. On to kick the extra point is Nathan Shiro. Ball is down, that kick is up, and it is good. That brings our score to 7-0. Ellwood City will get the ball for the first time here when we come back. Oh, no. Welcome back, folks. Riverside taking the ball down the field, 62 yards for the touchdown, all running plays for Riverside on that drive. Back to receive, and this is something to keep an eye on. Last week had one returned 89 yards for a touchdown, another kick return by Zach Gatto, 63 yards. So back there is Zach Gatto and Ashton Wilson. Shiro run up in the kick, high end over end kick, taken there at about the 2-yard line by Gatto, weaving his way through. Got through the first wave. A nice return there at 20 yards. Brought it out to about the 23-yard line, did Zach Gatto. So the Ellwood City Wolverines offense now coming on the field, led by junior Ryan Gibbons. Ryan led her the last 2 years. We set to see him play. Came in about halfway through his freshman season, about game 5. Assumed that starting role and has had that role ever since. Gibbons sidecar to his right. 3 wide outs there. Handoff there to Powell. Makes the first man miss. He's up to the 35, the 40, the 45. Great run there for first play by Tyler Powell. Brings it all the way out to the 48-yard line. That's a 25-yard run, Brad.
That was awesome. That's great to see right off the bat.
He picked his way through that line, and then when he got that line, there was nobody there, and he was off to the races. He had one man to beat to see pay dirt. And we've seen him have runs last week of 38 yards, and earlier in the season, one for, I believe it was 45. Okay, 1st and 10, ball on the 47-yard line. Handoff there, and around to Ashton Wilson. He's got a lane up to the 50. Hit hard there, but he keeps driving forward down to the 45-yard line. So a great pickup there on first down of 8 yards. We didn't even get to our keys to the game in the pregame. I got to rambling there, Brad, and I apologize. But one of them keys is so many times for these Wolverine offense, it was 1st down and 10. It was 2nd down and 9. You like to see that first down play. You get a bunch of chunk yards and then come back here and get a 9-yard gain by Ashton Wilson.
Exactly. The closer these 2nd downs and shorts and 3rd downs and short, that is what makes these games a little bit easier.
Much more manageable to try to pick that up.
Right.
There's a little misdirection there. Tyler Powell taken there that time. Met in the backfield by number 9, Tanner 11, 6'2", 220-pound junior. Met him there in the backfield. Really no gain on the play. Lost an inch or so, did Tyler. But that time, that Riverside defense just seemed to be knew that play was coming and was there to meet him. Out there on the line, we also got 74 Rodney Grimes. I think he's doing the center. Yes, he is. Rodney's doing the center duties tonight. Vrabel's out there, number 50. Stifler out there, I think it's number 67. There's a handoff to Tyler Powell. Weaves his way forward. I think he's got enough for the first down, Brad.
I like that call. You give it to the up man. That was the first time we kind of seen Tyler Powell as an up man, fullback kind of position.
Yes, and it, kind of that quick handoff, and really he had the first down before he's ever really hit. Great interior push on the front line that time. Anthony Baird out there on that line to push forward to get that first down. So 2 first downs here on this drive here for the Wolverines. Ball now on the 43-yard line. Coming in motion this way is Ashton. Back to pass is Gibbons. Looking. Throws the ball. Ball falls incomplete. Wouldn't have been much gain on the play anyway. That was out there to number 23, Tyler Powell. So I didn't get much of an injury report for the Wolverines. I don't know if you did, Brad.
I don't think there was too much
there.
Yeah.
I
think the only movement was Anthony Baird. I believe he's
out there playing.
Right. He got shifted, I think, to one side. I think there was one injury that kind of not a big ordeal, but they kind of shifted people around a little bit on that line.
Okay. All right. We got a 2nd and 10. Gibbons. Handoff there to Gatto around that right side. Finds his way forward. Powell's still pushing. They're not blowing the whistle tonight, which is fine for us on that play because Gatto pushed his way forward. Can I pick him up about 4 or 5 on the play? 3rd down and 4. Gave him 6. So
we haven't seen that play.
No, we have. We have.
That may be his maybe 8th or 7th or 8th carry on the year.
Right. And good to see. Remember Zach getting hurt there a couple weeks ago. Was taken down to Children's. Got a clean bill of health there a week or 2 later. Gibbons, 3rd down play here for the Wolverines. 3rd and 6. Back is Gibbons. Oh, how's that not holding downfield? Gosh. Ball falls incomplete. Gibbons went there. That's out to number 18, Caden Kreiser. And you know, in high school football, and this was brought up to me last week, you can still be hitting them down the field until the ball's in the air. And Caden just could not get separation from that cornerback from Riverside. They 4th and 6.
They won't allow you to obviously tackle,
Correct.
But they'll definitely allow you to get physical up into the guy a little bit.
Okay, big play here early on in this game. 6 minutes left to go. Gibbons shotgun on his 4th and 6. He's back to pass. He's got a little bit of time. Throws it out there to Ashton Wilson. He's at the 30, the 25. He's at the 20. All the way down to the 15-yard line is Ashton Wilson. First down. Wow, great play there as Ashton came across the field from that right side. And credit Gibbons, he had some time, but he's not had a lot this year. But how far did you give him on that play? Oh, we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is yellow on the field. There is a hold. I have a feeling this first down is going to count. I think it was the wide receiver on this side that held downfield.
All right.
So I think they're going to let this one count. So yeah, so it is the first down.
Good call. Good. Here it's really nice. The press box is very nice here, but we got 2 window panes like right in front of us that just for me is like at the hash mark. So I did not see that. So Ellwood City got the first down, brought the ball back from the penalty because it's a spot foul at the 30-yard line. Gibbons handoff to Tyler Powell, and not much running room there for Tyler on that right side.
And if you are watching this broadcast, if you do see a little bit of a glare, that is our reasoning behind that, is because, unfortunately, we do have a pane glass for our broadcast.
And it's angled, too, which probably don't help that at all. So, got him a yard on that play for Tyler Powell. 2nd and 9. Ball on the 28. Hand off to Powell. He's hit there immediately. Credit number 63.
Number 23, Tyler Powell, brought down by the entire defensive line.
They're going to say the entire defensive line. I don't have a 63 on my roster. He was in there. Yes, we do. They're just out of order. Joshua Rosenberger. 10th grader, 230 pounds, 6 foot tall. He was in there to really disrupt things, and it collapsed quickly upon him. Number 53, Avery Wolf's a 10th grader, 6'1", 245. He's on that defensive line for Riverside. So 3rd and 11. Comes Wilson. He finds a seam to the 30. Makes him in 25 to 20. 15, 10. Get in there, buddy. 5. Touchdown, Ashton Wilson. Ellwood City responds to the Riverside first drive.
Unfortunately, if you look at the 20-yard line, there is another flag. And I have a feeling this is going to be a holding on the wide receiver once again, blocking.
So. I'm
and
trying
that's
to see
what
the
it is.
replay here.
That's exactly what it was.
Off the board. We've done so well this season. We've kind of talked that, they haven't had many penalties, and that's 2 big plays there, negated by penalties. And that play, Ashton, instead of bringing Ibrahim short side on that jet sweep, and he cut it up early than what you would normally see because he had a lane there. Credit him for that vision to do that.
Right.
Spot foul takes it all the way back to the 30-yard line. Ouch. That's tough. But they know they can do it now. So on this 3rd down and 11, Coach Lamenza. All right, big play here on this 3rd down. 3 wide outs to the right. We'll see if one comes. One to the left. They're going to, you're going to try the right side again with Ashton Wilson. Got a nice block there by Powell. But, wow. Hit hard there by number 33. Avery Orgiven. And we got a Ellwood player down on the field. Not
too sure. It looks like he's pointing to the left side. So,
Yep. Just want to take a quick break here, Brad, and we'll get back here once we see what the injury is.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
Welcome back, folks. Sam DiCaprio Jr. was hurt on the play, but he walked off the field on his own power. I see him over there on the sidelines, taking a seat on the bench. We'll go with the hockey thing. It's a lower body injury. So 4th and 8 for the Wolverines. Sends Ashton in motion. We've seen that a lot tonight. He's back to passes. Gibbons has some time going downfield. That ball was almost intercepted by number 24, Nathan Shiro. Ball over on downs, and Gibbons was looking downfield. He had a little bit of time, put it up there, threw the ball into double coverage. Just needed, and actually Ashton had a step behind him. Nonetheless, ball falls incomplete, ball over on downs. Boy, that was just a kind of a gut check drive for the Wolverines.
Right.
They moved the ball. They got into the end zone. Penalty.
That was a tough sequence.
Before that, they took it down to the 10-yard line. Had a penalty. So, Riverside with the ball. Hughes under center. Handoff there, bouncing forward.
Number two,
Dante Phillips, with not much running room there. Not sure who was in there on the tackle. No, Tyler Powell, number 23. Tyler Powell in there on the tackle, limiting that gain to just about a yard. So going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Riverside, one back look, 3 wide outs to the right, tight end to the left. Hand off there again. I tell you what, you got to get the Wolverines, I think they made some adjustments here, but they're stopping that inside run. That was Dante Phillips again, was it not?
I believe
and
so.
Number 47 gets up from the bottom of the pile, and that is
our new guy.
Aaron Hobel. You got a number change on Aaron. So you would think by week 7 I would have these names known, but when they switch them on you, it makes it a little tough. Okay, big third down play here for this Wolverine defense. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right.
Oh, there
So
was
I think we had
movement.
some movement. I think we had some movement. Flag goes. I think we're going to come back about 5 yards for movement. On that front line, we have Hobel. Storm Chambers is up there, along with number 57, Noah Bunny. In the backfield, there's a defensive backfield. We have Nick Magnifico, Ashton Wilson back there. Carter Lutz finding his way around there. And Zach Gatto. We're seeing him getting some more playing time.
Which is always good.
That's
That's so
He's
good off that bad injury.
Back to pass. First pass of the night. Looks downfield. Finds his
Good
man there at the
tackle.
35. Asking you shall
You know what?
receive. There's Mr. Zach Gatto coming up and making a stop at the 35-yard line, forcing a 4th down for the Riverside Panthers.
Somebody was listening up here in the booth.
so that was nice. That coverage there. Go ahead. Let him get a 5-yard catch.
Right.
They needed 11 for a first down and did not get it. So now on to punt. Their punter, is that Dante Phillips as well? No, Shiro.
No, that's
Shiro.
yep.
There's the kick to Ashton Wilson. Takes it there at the 30-yard line. Fair caught it. And after the punt returns last week, it was probably a good idea to do that. So Wolverines ball. Wolverines forcing that 3 and out. And that's something we don't see a lot of, all the time.
Yep.
From this defense. So early on in this game, fast-moving first quarter, minute 52 left. Riverside Panthers leading 7-0. Ellwood City coming with their second possession of the evening.
I tell you what, after that quick start by Riverside, not even 3 minutes in, I tell you what, Ellwood's defense has, when Riverside's had the ball, played it up front, looks good. They made a couple plays. All we need to do is finish a drive.
Is finish a drive, exactly. Rodney Grimes out over the ball. Peyton O'Brien out to the right. Caden Kreiser to the left. Hand off there to Powell. Weaves his way. Pushes the Powell forward. He's still on his feet. He's at the 40. Spin move to the 44. Great run there by Tyler Powell. Honestly, Brad, I thought he was, stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he kept them legs a churning, found a seam, and he pushed the Powell. And not just he, but the Wolverine offensive line did not stop on the play and kept that Powell moving.
Right.
He squirted it out of there. That was a 12-yard gain? 15-yard gain.
And I tell you what, that's not the first time we saw him push the pile. That's the second time now.
He can do that. He can do that to junior Tyler Powell. Hand off again to Powell. Right side this time. Not as fortunate this time. Brought down for a 1-yard loss. Getting up from the bottom of the pile. Didn't see the number for the Panthers. But loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11 on the play. Ball on the 44-yard line. We've not seen Gibby pass a lot yet tonight, but he's had a little more time than normal. Hand off there to Gatto. Makes a man miss. Leans out there.
He's still not technically down. Okay,
wow,
now they
they
blow the
are
whistle.
they're putting a whistle in the pocket.
Yeah.
So pickup of about 5 on that play for young Gatto. Made the first man miss, was wrapped up there by number 1, Sam Hughes. Just a freshman there, finding his way in the starting lineup. So 3rd and 5.
And we do have to get this play off. There's only 16 on the clock.
Okay.
Now 13 on the play clock, and so this is off by 1 second. They're going to have to get this one off.
Yep. And they're down to 5 seconds on this 3rd and 5. Gibbons shotgun. Back to pass, under pressure, rolls to his right, throws down there. Wow. number 14, Ashton Wilson. And, man, the guy was hanging on him for crying out loud.
I don't know about that one.
Ashton was looking for it, but didn't get pass interference call. Ball falls incomplete. That's the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, as we start this second quarter of the Riv-Ell game, Riverside and Ellwood City. Riverside leading 7-0 on that first play, first drive, 62 yards, scored in 3 minutes, and then it's kind of just been a back-and-forth battle since then. Punting tonight, we have a stoppage in play. We have a timeout.
Well, I'm wondering if there's a substitution issue or something like that.
Yeah, and it was
head
fourth
coach
and 5.
for Panthers are pointing on the field. They're getting a little testy between each other, so I'm wondering if somebody had a substitution. There it is, number 2.
No, we had 11 people out there, though. Somebody was out there that wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
But
That's
either way, that's
way.
the first time out. It's kind of odd coming out of coming into the quarter and having a timeout. But there was something there that he did not see, that he did not like, that he saw.
Yeah, once again, we got to say thanks to all those who have come out to the game. Looks like a full packed visitor side there, along with the cheerleaders, the bands, every little thing you can think of, making this one a good
Makes
one.
for a great night of football. So we're going to try this again. Ryan Gibbons back to punt. Back to receive is number 24, Nathan Shiro. It's the snap. High kick. It's going to bounce there. And bounce out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So that was about a, 40-yard, 35, about a 40-yard kick there for Gibbons. So 1st and 10 for the Riverside Panthers. We've seen them, haven't really seen them open it up trying to pass the ball. Been doing some more of that running inside and a few of them sweeps from Riverside. I formation here, Hughes under center. Handoff, second man through. Arm tackled and group tackled there. Dante Phillips picked up 3 on the play. Noah Bunny in there on the stop, number 57. Noah, one of the 3 seniors on this Ellwood City Wolverine roster. So 1 wide out to the right, 1 to the left. 2 backs, back to pass. It's Hughes thrown out there to number 24, Shiro. Brought down by number 9, Peyton O'Brien. And picked up about 7 on that quick pass. Going to bring up a manageable 3rd and 2 now for this Riverside Panther offense. I formation, everyone tight. Quick, number 2. Oh, hit there and taken down. Who was that? Ryan Gibbons. No, I'm sorry, Peyton O'Brien. Pushed him back. Forward progress was enough for a first down. I can't believe that.
Wow.
I can't believe that. Man. Well, hey, nonetheless, we just report what happens, but good grief. That's a very, very favorable spot from our vantage point. No.
Yep.
Wait, the chain gang didn't even move. They thought it was still 4th down. 1st and 10. Now we can play. Good grief. That was a great defensive play. Back is Hughes. Got a hitch and go on this left side. Down there he is. Oh, just out of his hands of Shiro. And that was kind of, he ran out about 5 yards and stopped, and then he took off for the races. And he had a step. It was just off the fingertips there. Number 14, Ashton Wilson, was back there in coverage. And that was about a foot and a half away from really working.
That could have been something different there.
So ball falls incomplete, 2nd and 10. Cena are not afraid to open it up. Hughes back to pass, quick pass out there to Shiro at the 40, shake and bake. Makes man miss, makes another man miss. That's a first down all the way out to the 47-yard line. Coming in to clean it up was Peyton O'Brien, about a 5-yard pass.
Turns into like a 15-yard pass.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Ashton slipped out of his hands. Zach Gatto had a crack at him, and then Peyton comes in there to take over. But not after, what, about 15-yard gain, you said?
Yeah, about 12 on
about
the
12
play.
12 on that play.
That was a good open tackle, too.
Yeah.
Because that could have had a little bit more yardage on it.
Another shake and bake, and he could still be running. So, ball on the 47-yard line. Hughes under center, 2 wide outs to the left. Hand off. Oh, hit hard there,
Nice.
taken down. Who all was in there? Everybody went. Dante Phillips. I think Hobel was in there on that stop. The linebackers for the Wolverines really played that well. Came in there to make the stop, to really give them no gain on the play. Number 4, Nick Magnifico, is in there, got his nose dirty on that one too. Dive it in there. So 2nd and 10. Back to pass is Hughes. Got a man out here. Shiro at the 45, at the 40, down to the 39. Got 14 yards. That's enough for a first down. And I really think, we're seeing that a couple times now, and I think Hughes is just going up to the line and seeing the soft coverage by the cornerbacks on Shiro, and he's going out there 5-7 yards, turning around, the ball's there, and he's dancing for another 7 or 10 yards each time. Going to have to play up a little bit tighter on this, because they've come out on this drive and really opened it up. Hughes under center, and now in Ellwood City territory to 37. Back to pass, looking, got hit there, another man takes him down. That's going to give him a gain. You want him to play, but Noah Bunny was in there to clog things up. It wasn't a sack, but he got back to the line of scrimmage. But credit the coverage for Ellwood City on that play. The defensive backs were where they needed to be, and Hughes just really had nowhere to go with the ball. Going to be now 2nd and 10. Up under center is Hughes. He's back to pass again. Kind of a screen pass out to the left, but to number 1. Makes his way forward. Couple tackles missed. Still rolling forward all the way down to the 28-yard line. Going to depend upon the spot for the first down. That pass was to Sam Hughes.
Brought down by Tyler Powell.
And brought down by Tyler Powell, but should be not quite enough. Going to be 3rd down. Oh, we're going to. They did give enough for a first down.
They did give him first down, yep.
I mean, that's 2 times now. I mean, can you ask for a measurement or just where the spot is?
Something.
Because the guy on the far side of the field had him short. Here's Hughes. Handoff, that left side, rolling forward. Dante Phillips follows his way forward for about 7 more yards. Zach Gatto with the tackle. Give him 5 on the play. Here we go. 2nd down and 5. Ball now inside in the red zone spotted at the 19-yard line.
Check that. 2nd and 2. They got a
2.
good yardage on that one.
Okay. Well, they took away the extra one they gave him last time.
Right.
2nd and 2. How was that not movement? The guy pulled. Okay, good.
Okay, they called it down.
All right. Because I started a little bit quick there. Did anybody think that he was pulling? False start on the Panthers. That's going to be a 5-yard mark off.
I think this may have been
down and 10.
I think this may have been one of the keys to the games for Riverside is not to make mental mistakes. They know coming into this game, they are the favorite team. They make something like this, you never know. That could be a trend.
Right. Yep.
That could be something that could hurt them.
Yep, it could. It could. So 2nd and 10. Ball on the left hash mark. Hughes under center. He did it again. There's a handoff to Shiro. Dancing his way. Hit there by Spadafora. Down to the 11-yard line. Picked up. About 9 yards on that play.
Yep.
So Anthony Spadafora, and he was almost gotten in the backfield, but he made a man miss it, Shiro. We've not seen Riverside, and I don't know how much tape you watched on him, Brad, but we're seeing Shiro probably used a lot more than Hunter Nolf being out on that left side down to the 5-yard line. That was
Dante Phillips again.
Nick Magnifico in there encouraging him out of bounds, but not after about a 5-yard gain. I'm sorry, 7-yard gain. So Riverside threatening here. 6:38 left to go in this second quarter. So this tight formation again we've seen several times by Riverside. Back to pass, he's got a man wide open. Touchdown to number 2, Dante Phillips. It kind of was going toward that, Brad, that tight formation that they were running in. They're going to do something simple out of the backfield, and that's what they did. Number 2 just ran to the toward the pylon, and nobody was close to him. 5-yard touchdown pass. Hughes, that was Phillips, correct? To
yes,
Phillips.
Dante Phillips, yes.
Dante Phillips at 6:34. Here's the extra point, up and good. It's 14-0. Riverside Panthers over the Ellwood City Wolverines. We'll be right back.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
Welcome back, folks. Riverside 14-0 on the lead here for over our Wolverines up to kick off. So that drive there had a combination of pass and run. We'll have all the halftime stats for you. Run up Shiro in the kick. High end over end kick. Taken there about the 6-yard line by Gatto. Out to the 15-20. 25 lowers his head. Didn't quite make they gave him forward progress to the 25. Something I did not see and we missed. Really only dealing with 5 officials this evening. I guess one had surgery this morning and was not able to make it here this evening. So we're dealing with 5 officials.
Right.
So they'll make the best
we
of it.
thank Mr. Ron Lisey, a longtime great friend of ours that kind of filled us in on that. He actually got that information and talking about it this morning.
So Wolverines on offense from their 25. Gibbons, handoff there to Powell around that left side. Not much running room there for Tyler. Give him a couple yards, maybe 2 on the run.
Number 63, Josh Rosenberger.
Brought down by Rosenberger. That defensive line for Riverside, looking from up here down, there's some meat down there. They're not real tall guys, but there's some big bodies that have to be dealt with. Okay, one right out to the left, three to the right. Going to overload this right side, sending Wilson. There's this turn around that right side is Wilson. And I think they kind of went to the well too many times. They ran that play several times this evening and picked up about 2 on the play. Brought down by Avery Orgavon was Ashton. Picked up a couple on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5 here for the Wolverines. And if I'm Coach Lamenza, yes, you obviously want a first down. More importantly, we saw how fast in that first drive Riverside can score. You don't want to give them another chance to score here in this. Back to pass, 3rd and 5. Pass out there to Wilson. There's the first down. Nice way for Wilson with 5 yards after the catch. Got about 10 yards on the play. Ashton just kind of went out there and settled behind the linebackers, if you will, and was pretty open there. And was able to the wherewithal to turn up field and get 5 more yards after the catch.
Yeah,
Jacob's that's a first down for the Wolverines.
Jacobs, number 27, unfortunately, he was the trailer on that play. He got behind real fast, and that's what opened that up.
So Ashton coming in motion again. There's a handoff there to Powell. Weaves his way through. Made something out of nothing. Kind of pancake there by number,
I think 33.
33, I think it was. Avery Orgavon again. So second down, pickup of, give him up. It's 1, but it's a long one for Tyler on that first down run.
Again, we want to welcome those fans who are watching on 107.3 WXED. We got confirmation that we are live on the radio.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
Great to hear you guys.
Earlier, Ashton in motion. Gibbons rolls out to the right. He's rolling. Under pressure. Throws the ball behind DiCaprio. Unable to catch the ball. Ball falls incomplete there. Gibbons rolling around there a long way to that right side. Brings up 3rd down. That could have been a late hit on the quarterback there. But anyway, 3rd down and 9. Incomplete pass stops the clock. Riverside or Ellwood City, all 3 timeouts remaining. Riverside with 2.
And this is something that we did not want to get into, is this 3rd down and long situation.
Correct, Wilson in motion again. Back is Gibby to pass. He's looking. Oh, he's bottled up there and taken down for the sack by number 28 of Riverside. That was Kazan Conver, a junior, 6 foot, 185 pound. About a 7-yard loss on the game, on the play. Ball now on the 35-yard line. Ellwood City will be punting away. 3:42 on a rolling clock here from Riverside. Shiro back to receive. He's standing at his own 40-yard line. Gibbons awaits the snap. Good snap. Not much pressure. Setting up for almost return. High end overhand kick. He's going to call for a fair catch there at the 37-yard line. So Riverside will take over with 3:27 left to go in this second quarter. Don't forget, folks, stick around halftime. We're going to have the Ellwood City Band, the Riverside Band, and the coronation of our homecoming queen here at Riverside, along with halftime stats and other out-of-town scores. You got any scores yet, Brad?
I don't have any scores with me just this moment, but we'll definitely fill you in.
2 to the left, 1 to the right, sending Shiro in motion. There's a jet sweep around that right side. He's stringing it out, makes a cut, dragging people along the way. Carter Lutz got the ankles, but not being drug a couple yards. Picked up about 9 on that play, did he not, Brad? Going to bring up a second down and 1.
Yep.
Showed patience there by Shiro. That was and the Ellwood defense was really stringing it out to get him to the sidelines, but he found a seam and plowed his way forward for 9 yards. 2nd and 1. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass is Hughes. Looking downfield, going all for it all to Shiro. He makes the catch at the 10-5. Touchdown. Wow. What was that? 53-yard pass play from Hughes to Shiro.
Wow.
And good coverage there by Ashton, but a better catch and pass by Hughes to Shiro. That ball seemed like it's held up there forever.
54-yard pass.
54-yard pass play. And I'll tell you what, he caught the ball at about the 15. 40 of that was in the air.
Right.
That's line of scrimmage. And just a pretty
I think we just saw why he has 580 and 8 touchdowns.
Yes, and how many touchdowns did he have coming into the game? So there's attempt a point after. It's up and good. 21-0. What was that? About a 2-play drive of 63 yards for Riverside. We've said this. We appreciate you listening, all of you. As many people listen to every game, and after the games, hear it again. But the big plays. I mean, I don't think we want to sit down at the end of the year, Brad, and count these 40, 50, 60-yard plays that Riverside or Ellwood City defense has given up this year. I mean, it's just.
And not only that, but the timing of these things.
Yes.
2:45 left in the first half. Not saying that you don't want to go in 14-0, but you want the ball back and possibly score. Now it just makes it that much shorter, and now you're down 21-0.
21 points. So you start to see why this team is averaging 35 points a game, the Riverside Panthers.
Exactly.
So we're going to attempt this. Wait for the kickoff here. Back to receive is Ashton Wilson and Zach Gatto. Shira got a pretty good leg on him. He puts it in that 5-yard line about every time. The run up and the kick. Driving kick this time, and oh no! He can take a touchback.
Right. Anything that goes in the end zone, whether they touch it or not,
is a touchback.
Automatically touchback.
Yep. So touchback, puts the ball into the end zone, did Shiro. So it's going to be Ellwood City ball, 2:44 left to go. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining in this second quarter. Huge crowd here on this Riverside side. Not a big stadium. We've been to bigger ones, but they do fill it up. You take all the people standing on the sidelines.
I was going to say,
cow.
the standing
look down
is
there to the
insane.
right. There's as many down there as there is in the stands.
And I think Ellwood City, unfortunately, just took their timeout, so kind of similar to what Riverside did. So we'll take a timeout as well.
We'll take a timeout as well. All right, be right back.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
Welcome back, folks, after that timeout by the Wolverines. 2:44 left to go. 1st and 10 ball on that 20-yard line. So, in the shotgun is 3 wides to right. Handoff there to Wilson. Makes a man miss. He's cutting his way back. Made
Fumble.
something. Oh, he fumbled the ball.
Riverside for sure.
No.
Not sure who got it.
I don't know who got it either. Ashton, to his credit, was going to be tackled about for a 7-yard loss and came back against the grain. And how many times have we seen that? You know, they come back against the grain, they get hit, ball comes out, ball on the 26-yard line. Something I wanted to mention in pregame, we talked about the coaches. Rob Magnifico. Coach Maggs was head coach at Ellwood City last year, was part of the Ellwood City program for a lot of years. He find himself here at Riverside this year. Phillips taken down there, kind of a shirt tackle there by Storm Chambers. About a 3-yard gain on the play, 2:21 left to go. But Coach Magnifico, when they changed things last year at Ellwood City, and Coach Lamenza came in, he came over. It is different to see him in green.
It is a little bit different.
Handoff. Oh, in the backfield is Phillips. Great pursuit there by the Wolverine defense. Storm Chambers in there to disrupt things, and then Noah Bunny and Rodney Grimes in there to clean it up. So loss of 3 on the play. Remember, a 3rd down and 10.
And this is huge because that clock is running.
Yes, it
this
is.
actually works in favor of the Wolverines. Just let that clock continue to run.
Yep, and just, Riverside's really not has to be in a hurry. They have 2 timeouts. They're looking for a 1st down right now on this 3rd and 9. Back to passes Hughes, surveys the field, throws the ball out there. Is that caught? Or intercepted?
It is intercepted by number 2, Zach
Gatto.
Gatto
Came to play. I tell you what, Hughes goes back to pass, looks out there, and it would be a receiver threw a little bit behind him, and I thought really it both dove for it. And Zach Gatto saved the touchdown there for the Wolverines. He did. Great play there by Zach Gatto. Zach just a sophomore, I want to say, but a great heads up. He dove out for that ball to get in front of it and get that ball picked up.
And that's huge because now, for sure, you're guaranteed basically to not give up points.
Right.
At least.
So turnovers are tied at 1-1 here. We got a flag on this play, kind of an end around there to Zach Gatto. But I think we're going to wait to see what the flag is. Brought the ball out to the 20-yard line. The ball was spotted at the 14, so 6-yard gain.
I have this feeling that formation may have been illegal here because anytime they try to do a trick play like that, I'm wondering if it's a formation issue.
False
I think it's an illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure.
Illegal
Okay.
formation.
Okay, so going to take the ball back. So Wolverines, the defense stepped up there. When we were at break, we thought, man, we don't want Riverside to have this ball with a little over 3 minutes left to go, and not bad field position. We know their quick striking ability, and on that 3rd and 9, Zach Gatto stepping in there.
Not to try to throw the white flag, but right now, if I'm Ellwood, I'm going to run this ball, try to get positive yards. At the same time, try to use Riverside's 2 timeouts. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, the clock's rolling, and there's 18 seconds on the play clock. I would just let that milk get down to about 2.
Exactly.
But they're not. Quick pass out. Oh, hit hard, and the ball falls incomplete. Ashton Wilson got decked on that play in the midsection, and he's still down as Ashton Wilson. Wow. Went out there, and he was hit immediately upon the ball coming into him. That was number 1, Sam Hughes, on the hit, and Ashton on the ground right now in obvious pain. He was just able to grab the ball, and it was immediately hit. Let's take a break, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Really great to see Ashton Wilson not just walking off the field. He's trotting off the field. All said and done, I kind of think it was just a cramp the way they were working on him. We're not here to speculate, but he does get some high fives from his teammates as he's walking out across the field. So you have to sit out a play. We'll wait and see what happens with Ashton, but he took a hard hit. Was no helmet to helmet. Hard hit to that midsection.
Yeah, that was a good form tackle, just unfortunate.
Well, the thing is, he was up getting the ball. He was all stretched out.
Yep.
So walked off the field on his own power was Ashton Wilson. So 1:04 left to go here. Riverside 2 timeouts. Ellwood City with 2. Sends Zach Gatto in motion. Stops 3 to the right. There's a handoff there to Powell. Makes it on that right side at the 25, or I'm sorry, 15, 17, 20. Rolls his way forward all the way out to about the 22-yard line. Good hard running there. We've seen that all night from Tyler Powell. not afraid to cut it back against the grain. And, Tyler's not the fastest running back we're going to see. He's not the shiftiest running back we're going to see, but he's a great combination of the both of them.
He kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Bo Ewing kind of mix of Rick Petrelli. Somebody that can kind of make a couple moves, but when he gets in the tackle form,
people over to
bowl
keep
him
that
over.
going. So it's 3rd and 2 for the Wolverines. Hand off there to Powell.
Good play.
Gets his enough for the first down.
Good play.
That's what he got. What he needed.
Yep.
Over that right side, bounced away a little bit.
Yep. And if I'm Ellwood, I would kind of use a timeout. You never know.
Well,
Use
you
a
got
trick
18
play.
seconds. I think they did. Somebody called a timeout.
I believe Ellwood did. Yeah, they pointed
Yes, Ellwood
Ellwood.
City called their that timeout. 18 seconds left to go here. Down 21-0 is Ellwood City.
I'm okay with that timeout now because now you never know. Broken play, maybe you throw one or two times, just throw it up, see what could happen possibly.
I'm trying to find a polite way to say how impressed I am with your optimism.
Listen, my mind is on high school. You never know. You never know. Broken play could go all the way.
I agree.
It's also nice to see tonight, this entire month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness. So that's great to see the pink
Riverside,
out.
pink. We had from Club Hope, Kara Atkinson on at halftime last week, and just a great organization here in our community with the cancer awareness and the help that they do for cancer people struggling with cancer. There's a handoff there to Gatto around that left side. I got a flag coming in there with 12 seconds left to go.
Not really sure what that was.
I'm not sure. It came from the side judge over there on the far side.
Yeah, not really sure. It may have been a hold against Ellwood, but I'm not sure.
Yes,
Yep.
it's a hold.
Face mask. Face mask.
Foul.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's the 5 or 15-yard kind. Oh, he keeps walking after 5 steps. 15 yards. So 10 seconds left to go here on the clock. Ellwood City has the ball at that 42-yard line.
So now I think Ellwood does have to take a timeout because that would be a running clock.
It was a running clock.
Right.
So they've used all their timeouts for 10 seconds left to go here in this half. So we'll wait to see what Coach Lamenza and his coaching staff
and like we
tries
said,
to do.
Ellwood City gets the ball in the second half.
They do.
You know they're going to go to the locker. They're going to make their adjustments. They're going to try and do what they did last week and just wow us, maybe come out, get that play, just to get something back into
They did
their
run
momentum.
last week. You're right, Brad. It was. They ran the
So that
second half
89-yard kickoff.
89 yards, Ashton Wilson. So Ashton is coming back out on the field. Oh, we're not. Yes, we're still on the air, right?
Yep.
Ashton is coming back out on the field. That's a great sign to see. Lyman out there, Donovan Stifler, Andy Vrabel, Storm Chambers.
I would love to see a little bit of a lateral play here.
Okay, 10 seconds. 1st and 10 after the face masking penalty. Sending Ashton in motion. Back to pass. Gibbons under pressure, fumble, falls on the ball. Ball comes out. That ball's recovered by Riverside at the 35-yard line with 6 seconds left to go.
Recovered by number 63.
Number 63 is Josh Rosenberger. We've called his name several times tonight.
We have.
And I missed the replay, Brad, to see if he was the one that really got in there and knocked the ball out of the hands. Number 53 was in there disrupting things too, Avery Wolf. So we know Hughes can throw that far because he's done it already in this game. At the 35-yard line, Riverside, 6 seconds left. And they do have one timeout remaining. So
you split this. Get a 5-yard route, 6-yard route, take your timeout, and then one last play. You throw
I think you
and
go
see what
for
happens.
It all right here. Hughes under center. One to the right, one to the left. Back is Hughes. A lot of blockers in there. Surveys down the field. Got a man there. Oh, gosh, it's a touchdown. Are you kidding me? Oh, gosh, almighty. Who caught that ball?
I believe it
Hughes,
was
35 yards down there.
Number 24.
Number
wow.
24, Shiro on the 35-yard touchdown catch.
That's the featured guy.
He had single coverage on him for crying. Oh, good googly moogly.
And the halftime clock has already started.
I think I just had an aneurysm. 20 extra points good, 28-0.
And that should end the half.
That does end the half, thank goodness. All right, we got our halftime show. I'm sorry, folks, that just was...
That's unexcusable.
Gosh almighty.
That's what that is.
28-0. I don't know. Fodia's out there just going ballistic, along with Coach Lemens is out there. We got to check that replay because something happened. That the Ellwood City coaches, Coach Lemens is still out there putting his 2 cents in to what happened on that last play. Nonetheless, folks, it's 28-0. Riverside over our Ellwood City Wolverines. Halftime. Enjoy the halftime show, folks. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present to you the 2019 Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. Tonight, the Blue Band opens with the 1973 progressive rock hit by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Here is Carnival 9. would like to feature its dance line with the 1980 romantic song, What I Like About You. Tonight, the Blue Band would like to close with one of the many chart-topping hits from the British rock band Queen. Here is 1979, Don't Stop Me Now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. The Blue Band is under the direction of Mr. Lee Caldwell and Justin Miller. Assisted by Janelle Fox, choreography by Emily Brown and Tyler Westfall, and under the field leadership of Doreen Smith and Riley Odom. Thank you for supporting the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Band Funk.
Yeah, I got 21-14. Yeah, right there. These are that was at the end of the
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention to the 50-yard line. I am proud to present to you the members of our 2019 homecoming force and their escorts in alphabetical order. Amelia Bailey, escorted by her father, Bronson Bailey. Madison Dambaugh, escorted by her father, Kevin Dambaugh.
I know what's true and what's not true. What we lack of, we make up for annoyance and
Grayson Gibbons, escorted by her father, Rocky Gibbons. Maggie Harden, escorted by her father, Greg Harden. Marley Wolf, escorted by her father, John Wolf. Angel Zilka, escorted by her father, Carl Zilka. Before we announce the crown bearer and queen, the senior class would like to extend a special thanks to Blockers Jewelers
for donating a crown, and to Posies by Patty for donating the flowers. We appreciate your continued support. The crown bearer will be presented with roses from this year's senior class treasurer, Mackenzie Outlowski. This year's crown bearer is Grayson Gibbons. Grayson will now crown the new 2019 Homecoming Queen. Let's have a round of applause for the 2019 Homecoming Queen. Angel Zilka. Congratulations to Angel and the rest of the 2019 Homecoming Court.
So hi there, folks. Coming back at halftime, the Riverside Panthers lead 28-0 over your Wolverines. So they just saw some halftime festivities there. They just crowned their queen. I didn't hear the name exactly right off the tee, but they just crowned their queen. So we'll bring you some halftime stats and this 28-0 lead for the Riverside Panthers. Here's the halftime stats. Riverside up 28-0. Total yards definitely went in favor of Riverside, 250 to 111. Rushing yards, 106 to 78. That edge got a little bit closer than that second quarter when Tyler Powell started getting going. But unfortunately, if you look at the next line, the passing yards, 144 passing yards to just 33 for the Wolverines. First downs, 12-7 for Riverside. Turnovers, two costly ones for Ellwood City that kind of stalled their drives, and then also the one ended up with a last-second touchdown at halftime. And then penalties, 3 for 15 for the Wolverines, 3 for 25 for Riverside. Time of possessions almost even at 12-11 versus 11-49. Halftime performers-wise, passing-wise, quarterback for Riverside, Ben Hughes, 8 for 10, 144 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. Rushing-wise, for Ellwood City, Tyler Powell, 11 carries, 58 yards. Nice carry there. Nice average of 5.3. Receiving-wise, Nathan Ciaro, 5 receptions, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. The key stat, 24.4 average per catch in that first half. Insane. And then finally for defense for the Wolverines, Tyler Powell once again, he has a total of 5 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. So there are your halftime stats and halftime leaders with this 28-0 lead in favor of the Riverside Panthers. Probably something that we're all looking forward to is the out-of-town scores. They're up on your screen right now. Big plays in 2A Midwestern Conference right now. Shenango's up on Southmoreland 21-7 at the end of the first. We haven't gotten a halftime score for that one. That is a non-conference game. How about this one? An upset is brewing. Neshannock is up 21-14 on Freedom at halftime. Freedom is looking to go undefeated, but more importantly, wrap up that number 1 seed in the Midwestern Conference. I shouldn't say number 1 seed, because even though if they finish first, they don't technically get a number 1 seed because of Whippeals.
I misspoke earlier. I'm sorry.
And then Neshannock, wow, they're fighting for that second spot against New Brighton, and then this would help that cause. That would bump them up over, I believe, over New Brighton. Now, New Brighton does not play tonight. They play tomorrow at Western Beaver at 12:30. That's a huge one that we haven't talked about yet, per se. Also on the score there, Laurel up 15-6 on Cornell. Burgettstown just mowing past Mohawk 37-0. Knocking an early lead over Newcastle. That's the end of the first quarter. Union's up on Carmichael's 27-0 at half. Washington Prexies, the favored team in the 2A, is just cruising along 22-8 at halftime over Beth Center. And then here is a cool one. This is the PA versus Ohio matchup for this week. Yes, we are still playing out of state games. Gateway down 10-0 to Massillon, Ohio, which is pretty darn close to the Hall of Fame, where it's located. Massillon, if you have not watched the ESPN 30 for 30, this team is historically crazy good. They have won a lot of state championships. If I'm correct, this is the team that won like 18 state championships in a row or something like that. They're beastly. It's kind of like most schools that win championships after championships, they're there for football and to get out. So there's your halftime out-of-town scores. That big one, we'll keep you up to date specifically on that Neshannock Freedom game for sure. We will have a abbreviated final stats and final performers, and then also out-of-town scores at the end of tonight's game. Yeah, there's your halftime score. Riverside Panthers up 28-0. We'll take a short little audio break. We'll just leave the feed here, and then we'll be ready for the second half.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you, Brad, for taking care of the halftime duties there and the stats and out-of-town scores. The homecoming here, gosh, I missed the young lady's name, but a really nice ceremony. I liked having the dads bring out the daughters and the band playing in the background and a little dramatic and
It's
just had a
neat.
really nice feel to it.
Right.
I was outside the press box just kind of taking it all in, and had a really nice feel to it, and kind of that community hometown feel.
It's neat to see how other places do things. That is
Yeah, they
one
do.
of the perks about high school football is not only the game, not only atmosphere, but just walking into these stadiums, seeing how is it set up.
Right.
And we saw a great treat last week. We've seen good treats every single week.
Yeah, we have.
so.
We have. Even even going down there to Sarah Catholic, just that view.
Oh,
you're
that
on the
was
side of a
beautiful.
mountain, and I mean, if you'd have
We
told-
may have
only-
been huffing and puffing to get
the
up there,
only
but that was
flat
so beautiful.
spots on that mountainside if a pond froze over.
Right.
But Ellwood City is going to receive the ball down 28-0. The big plays cost them a lot. There was one really just impressive drive.
Right.
I mean, by
Right off the bat, too.
right off the bat by Riverside, taking the ball down the field. But we got another half of play here. Shiro said his name all night. High kick, a little shorter this time, taken about the 8-yard line by Gatto. There's a man, got wrapped up there at about the 30-yard line. Brought down by Phillips. By Riverside. So here we are at 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. As we said earlier, brought to our attention, just 5 officials here this evening seem to be making it work. We're seeing a few, maybe more holding calls than we sometimes see. We're seeing maybe that whistle not coming out as fast on some of these pile-ups, but as long as they're doing the same for both sides,
Right.
we're not going to. There's nothing we're going to say or do about it anyway. Here's a handoff to Tyler Powell on that right side. Shimming them feet forward, pick up about 3. Was that Rosenberger in there again
I
on the
believe
stop?
so.
And bring up a 2nd down and 8 after the pickup of 2 on the play. So really nice new field house down there. Alan and Sharon Dambaugh. The bathrooms, they had outhouses here forever. And I can remember when they didn't have lights here. But and I'm not old yet, but Gibbons back to pass. Short. The ball was hit short, and O'Brien he slipped and fell, but the ball really wasn't that close anyway. I hope he didn't hurt anything falling down on
Yeah,
that slip.
kind of a little bit awkward
It
there.
was an awkward fall, but Alan and Sharon Dambaugh, great people of the community here, donated there to the field house, the bathrooms, and the field house there for the visiting players. Lake Forest Gardens. So it's hard to believe to be talking about Christmas trees, but we are like the 2nd week of October. So run over there and talk to our friends at Lake Forest Gardens if you're looking for a Christmas tree or shrubs. 3rd and 6, Gibbons back to pass. Got a little bit of time. Throws out there to Ashton Wilson. Shake and bake. Gets hit there. Brought down at the 50-yard line. But not after a 15, 16-yard catch there by Wilson. And he got hit hard again.
He did
coming
get hit
down.
hard. But he's a tough kid.
He is a tough
Got
kid.
right back
Comes
up.
off the field, though, on his own power. Never was down at all. But getting looked at over there. And that's what a couple times here tonight we've seen that play work where Ashton gets in that middle of the field in between the hash marks to make a catch. 1st and 10, 49, handoff there to Carter Lutz that time. It was Carter on a carry, wasn't it? So brought down by one of the Hugheses.
Yeah, that was number 10.
No, number 10, Carter Lutz on the 2-yard run. The 2nd and 8, ball in Riverside territory.
Tell you what,
Got
I would
Storm Chambers in the fullback position and Carter at running back. Falls his way forward, pick up about 3 on the play.
Ellwood really hasn't had an issue of getting into Riverside territory, just can't finish.
No, exactly, and that's what I said. That get into Riverside territory. We've had games this year. It's like, hey, we're in the opponent's territory. They've been in there, in and out of there, just not able to quite finish finish things out.
Yeah, so once again, on that carry was Carter Lutz for his second carry on the night.
So Gibbons in a shotgun on this 3rd and 6. Quick pass out there. His favorite target, Ashton Wilson, makes a man miss. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, down to about the 12-yard line. Ashton Wilson, yards after catch, was about 30 yards on that play. That ball went from the 49 all the way down to the 14-yard line. 35-yard pass play, and that's got to be our longest pass play of the year, or darn close to it.
It's pretty darn close to it for sure.
Back in my mind here. But that was about a 10-yard pass, but there was the footwork.
31 yards.
31 yards, I beg your pardon, on that. So, ball, Ellwood City, 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Handoff there. Storm Chambers bounces his way forward.
That's
down
the
about
first.
the 7-yard line. Now, I just was kind of thinking there before that. We've not really seen Storm.
Right.
We've seen him block a lot tonight.
Correct.
And he is a pretty good blocking fullback. You know, we're coming down. There's just 2 games left in the season, and you start talking about awards at the end of the season. I just have a feeling we may see Storm's name in there in some of that fullback position.
No doubt. No doubt.
Not carrying the ball a lot. He did on that play and got about 5 yards. And off there to Powell. Rolls his way forward up in the middle. 63 in there on the stop is Rosenberger. Rosenberger just a 10th grader, but it seems to have a nose for the ball, finding out where it's at. Pick up a 3 on the play, bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Wolverines.
And from here on out, if you get across the 50, it's 2 down territory. Mike, in this case here, it's a 3rd down and 2. You're usually going to run the ball twice here, no doubt.
Right.
Unless you go play action. That's possible.
Or send Storm out of the backfield.
There you go. I wouldn't mind that. There you
Hand
go.
off to
Big
Storm
boy,
Chambers.
run him in.
Get it in there, buddy.
Let's go.
Did. Give him the sign. There's a touchdown. Storm Chambers, our senior, on that about a 6-yard run, and that's just one more than the other guy. Driving them legs forward into the end zone he goes for the Wolverines score. That brings our score to 28-6. So it's kind of what you want to see. Come out.
We called it. We said come out of the halftime, make your adjustments. They obviously saw something. And you know what it was? Run, get it short down, 3rd down, pass play. Great drive.
So great drive there by the Wolverines. Extra point was no good. So that brings our score to 28-6.
That's unfortunately his first missed on the year. So 28-6. Well, I tell you what, you cut that score down. You never know. You get
it took about 4.5 minutes off the clock on that drive.
You can get a quick stop here on this next drive.
Right.
You're in business. You got something rolling.
Right. And while I'm thinking about it, a couple things coming up. The Ellwood City soccer team on November 2nd. And check out the soccer team, Ellwood City Soccer Facebook page. They're having a night at the races.
Oh, nice.
You get there at Wayne Township Fire Hall. I think the doors open at 5:30. Racing starts at 7. There's food and drink. It'd just be more fun than a barrel of bubble wrap. Help yourself. See some of the people on the soccer team, soccer Facebook page to help you out with the tickets for their fundraiser at that night at the races. That's a program that's really trying to get started up and going here in the school, and
not only,
we want to see that support.
Right, and not only that, but our very own number 77, Levi Smith, is on the soccer team.
I do know. Yes. Okay. So. We don't get into politics or anything here, but we do want to support all the athletics here at Ellwood City. So, and if you could do that too, find your way to the Ellwood City Soccer, and they'll get you tickets there for that night at races. I've never been to one of them, but they say they're just
I've heard that they were really good. Same thing.
A lot of fun. Here's the run up and the kick. Short kind of pooch kick taken there at number 1 to 35. He's the 40, 45. Storm Chambers was in there to disrupt things. So Tyler Powell is in there as well. So Riverside, pretty nice field position to start off this drive at the 43-yard line. Hughes under center, I formation, 2 short side right. Handoff there to Dante Phillips. Gets about to the 49-yard line. Nice 6-yard run there for Phillips. I think Spatafor was in there on the stop.
Actually, it was Tyler Powell.
Tyler Powell,
Yep,
I'm sorry.
Tyler Powell.
We get a lot of names rolling around up here. So bringing up a 2nd down and 4. 2 to the left in this I formation. There's a handoff to Phillips again. Pushing that way forward. He needed 4. Got about 6. For the first down was Dante Phillips. Brought down by... Not sure who got the tackle on that one. So ball now on the 45-yard line after that run. Enough for a first down. Hughes, hand off to Phillips, just weaves his way through. Picks up another 10 yards. Wow, first down run there for Phillips. We got a flag, and it was after the fact. I think there was some extracurricular going on here that I'm not sure exactly what was. We'll wait and see.
So personal foul by the Wolverines.
Ugh.
And now
After
you wonder.
the play.
Yeah, now you wonder if things are going to start settling in here. Because
Yeah.
obviously Riverside hasn't made any halftime adjustments. They just said, you know what, we're going to run it down your throat.
Come out and run it down
Stop
their throat,
us.
and that's what they've done.
Yep.
And
By
that
the way-
15 yards is not what they're looking for.
By the way, for anybody viewing, if you do see a little bit of a glare on the screen, it's unfortunately because the press box has a little bit of a window interesting setup
There's
here.
Hughes with the handoff to Phillips. Dances his way around, gets the ball down to the 15-yard line. That penalty gave Riverside the field position at the 20-yard line. So
Right.
pick up a 6-5 there for
So not only did they pick up the first down themselves, but on top of
another
that, you
15
get a little
yards
help.
after that.
Right.
And I really didn't see like a hit or anything. I just wonder if there was some
Certain verbal words, maybe.
but certain words that you don't maybe hear in Sunday school transferred back and forth. That's speculation, folks. 15-yard line, Riverside, 2nd and 5. Handoff there. Tripped up was Hughes. Gets about down to the 12. Going to be short of the first down. Nick Magnifico on the stop. (28-6), 5 minutes and 21 seconds learning this contest. 3rd down and 3. Ball on a 13-yard line. Hughes I formation, everything tight. Rolls back to pass. We've seen this before. Rolling. Finds his man in the back of the end zone for the Riverside touchdown. That is number 17, Josh Bishop, senior, 5'11", 170 pounds. And I tell you what, he just rolled out there, and did you have the feeling that when you saw that formation on a 3rd and 3, they're going to roll it out
100%.
one side or the other way?
You knew
And
it was
this
kind of
time,
coming.
Instead of going to Shiro up on the shorter side, there comes Bishop in the back of the end zone. There's the extra point kick. It's up and good. It's 35-6 here, folks. We're going to take a quick break as we reset for kickoff.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
Welcome back, folks. We're 35-6 here, 5:06 left to go in this third quarter. Riverside kicking off after that about a 3.5-minute drive. I didn't see how many plays it actually was. High end over end kick. That's going to be in the end zone for a touchback. Ellwood City ball at the 20-yard line. Give Shiro credit. That's 60 yards.
Yeah.
40 into the end zone. And he's not even driving it. I mean, that's getting it up in the air.
He's kind of been your all around. He's run the ball. He's
Right.
caught the ball. He's doing kickoff, punts, PATs. The only thing he hasn't done yet was throw the ball. He plays defense too.
Yes, he does.
All man, all kind of guy.
So, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines from the 20-yard line. There's a handoff to Powell. Go, buddy, go. He's at the 35, the 40, the 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. Come on, get in there. Oh, jeez, down to the 15-yard line. Oh, he smelled it. It was there. But number 2, Dante Phillips, caught him. Clipped his ankle. Wow. How far did that go? 80-yard run, 85-yard run for Tyler Powell. He just came through that line of scrimmage, and he was off to the races.
Check that. Credit 65 yards.
65. I'm sorry, 65. That's still a long way.
It is a long
He
way.
ran 65 yards. My math got off there. My 20s and 20s.
Let's keep the math to me, and I'll let you just do the play calls.
All right, 65 yards. Nonetheless,
A very big
Gibbons,
play.
hand off to Carter Lutz.
Here we go. Pushing the pile.
Push to Powell. So,
Tell you what, there's
Carter
some fight
Lutz.
there.
Yep, there is. Pick up about 4 on there for Carter Lutz. 2nd and 6 for the Wolverines. So, but that was just Dante Phillips, their featured running back, our featured running back, in a foot race, and he just clipped his heels on a dive, and that brought Tyler down. So Gibbons under center, I formation. Quick handoff there to Storm, pulls his way forward, but not much running room there. Gets back to give him about a yard on the play. So we're at the 10-yard line now for Ellwood City. Stopped there by Rosenberger. He fills that center up pretty good.
He does.
He's just a sophomore, too.
He's clocking them up. He's probably got about 9 tackles.
We don't know next year's schedule yet, but I would assume that we're going to be playing Riverside in the conference.
There's
or
been
out of
speculation of where we're going to go, but no matter what, we'll wait till next year.
Yeah. But some of these players we're going to see for a couple more years.
Right.
Gibbons under center. He's back to pass. Roll out there to Storm Chambers. Storm finds his way into the end zone
Touchdown.
for his second score of the night for senior Storm Chambers on the 10-yard catch and run. Good for Storm.
Okay, so there is a flag, maybe?
Did they say there's a flag or where's the flag?
Nope.
Not really
It
sure.
looks like we're okay.
We're good to go.
I believe we're okay.
So, 35-12. Wolverines going to go for, I would expect, go for 2. And they are. See, we kind of said we haven't seen that all night, that Storm coming out of the backfield.
Here we go. Tyler's out of the backfield.
Yep.
I like this play. This looks good.
And there it
Looks
is.
good. There you go.
That worked. 2-point conversion. That's Peyton O'Brien, I believe.
I believe
on
so.
that catch. So, kind of just have a neat way. Get a bunch of people out there to the right side. Look for a seam to throw a ball, and there it was. So, with 3:02 left to go, that was an 80-yard drive for the Wolverines on about 4 plays. The biggest being 65 yards on the legs of Tyler Powell on 1 play. So,
that kind of felt like the Riverside's offense out there, moving the ball methodically.
Going down through there.
Looked very, very good. I tell you what, these counter punches back and forth
right
now in our favor, 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, and we got a quarter to play plus 3 minutes. Down by 3 scores.
You got to stop sometime. At some point, you got to get stopped. This may be it. This may be momentum.
Yep.
But
I think if nothing more, it's like, okay,
keep the big plays out of the playbook.
Let's just okay. That first half is done. Let's go out here and see what this young team can do in the second half.
Right.
You know, we've been mercied enough this year. Let's just keep it to that number where it's at. So Gibbons, interesting to see. Haven't really kicked the ball deep at all tonight on these kickoffs.
No doubt that's done on purpose, because we've seen Gibbons can kick the ball. He can get it down there.
Yeah, he can, but I don't know why. You know, why are you letting him have the ball at the 40-yard line?
Right. All I can think of is the return men, but to me, let him have a shot.
Yeah. Here's the run up and the kick by Gibbons. Squib kick there, picked up at the 31-yard line by number 3. Pals his way forward over the 40-yard line to about the 43-yard line. Brody Barton on the carry, or So I think we're at the point now, Brad. We just give them the ball at the 45-yard line and say,
to be honest,
no one will get hurt.
Kick the ball out of bounds. Just kick it deep enough to 35.
Make it go past the 30 and let it go out of bounds if you're going to do that. I don't get it.
I'll leave it go. I'll leave it go.
Moving right along, Riverside, Hughes under center. Hand off there, got a hole, rolls his way forward. That's number 2, Dante Phillips. We've said this too many times tonight. He's got 9 yards on that play. 9-10 yards. Dante Phillips. You know, we got, like I said, a quarter to go. We can save this conversation for another time. But there's some really good teams in this conference.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, you start thinking, when we get to the playoffs, it's going to be fun to see Riverside and Freedom. Freedom beat this team by 1 point. Let's let them play again. There's Phillips that time. I think he's going to have enough for that first down. Pick up about 2 yards on that play.
The other thing that they don't give credit to, yes, you have a 7-0 team and then 3 5-2s, but they're 5-2 with 5 good wins each.
Right.
They're winning out of conference.
Some of them 2 losses were against each other.
Exactly.
Kind of like the Pirates in the National League Central before the All-Star break when it mattered.
Yeah. Got to get that Pirates.
Nice tackle there. Peyton O'Brien came up to meet him. And number 53 was in there too, Cameron Reynolds.
Very good tackle.
So nice tackling there by Peyton.
It's been a little bit of a while since we've seen that first down play being kept to a 1-yard minimum.
Ball on the 43-yard line. Hughes handoff there to number 5 this time. He's down to the 26-yard line. That was Calvin Hughes. We thought maybe we'd see him carry the ball, and now we're getting to see him get some reps. Zach Gatto on the tackle. How many yards on that play, Brad?
We're looking
26.
at...
That was about a 14-yard.
That was about a 15-yarder, yeah.
So Riverside answering Ellwood City's score, coming down the field, ball on the 26-yard line. Hughes under center, I formation, 2 wideouts to the right. Hit there that time. Hughes was the ball carrier.
No doubt in my mind, this is just to give Dante a little bit of rest here.
A little bit of break. And not much pickup on that play. And, hey, we're just speculating on Hunter Nolf. If it is a concussion, you don't know how long they last.
Right.
I mean, it could be one game. It could
exactly.
So, hey, maybe we're going to let, we might, you hate to see injuries. I don't care on any team.
Yep.
And a kid putting a season together like that, I'm sure they want to get him back, but they want to be ready for this. Swing pass out there to Shiro. Hey,
good
nice field tackle there.
Zach Gatto.
Zach Gatto's having a coming out party here tonight. Playing some pretty good ball in that defensive back position. He came up a long way to make that tackle.
He did.
Zach.
And that was it Ciro? Mm-hmm. That is his shortest reception
I'm calling
on the
him
night.
Shiro.
You're Shiro. Sorry, I apologize.
He's going to hurt his 26-yard average. Hey, that's the end of the third quarter with the Ellwood City Wolverines being 14 and the Riverside Panthers 35. We're going to take a quick timeout.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
Welcome back, folks, as we start this fourth quarter. Riverside 35, Ellwood City 14. Hughes under center on his 3rd and 5 play. Throws the ball out there to Shiro. Good grief. 10-5. He's into the end zone. Dance, shake, and bake. How many times are they going to let him run that play? Oh, he just goes out about 5 yards. Goes out to the right. How yard?
22 yards.
22-yard touchdown. Reception.
Well, there goes that average backup.
Yep. Shiro. Hughes to Shiro. What's he going to end up with tonight? How many touchdowns he's had so far?
I don't even want to look right now. I'm looking away.
We'll have it all at the end of the game.
Oh, my.
That extra point is
How about
good
that?
By Shiro.
How about that? You go and get a touchdown, and then you know how you celebrate it? By an extra point.
And, Brad and I, we talk during the week. When we have time, we both have other jobs that we do. I texted today. I said, "Hey, the Hughes kid's not going to be playing tonight." Or Nolf, I'm sorry, Hunter Nolf. And he's got all these yards. And we texted back and forth a little bit, and we kind of ended it with Riverside has won games by running the ball a long way, and they've won games by passing the ball a long way.
You can't stop
and tonight, the passing game. And do you credit coaching when something like that comes?
Oh, yeah,
to say,
for sure.
Hey, here, we know what defenses we got here, so tonight we're going to come out passing. Although, the first drive of the game, they punched it down their throats.
Well, here's the other thing, too. Nobody's talking about this. What was their record after 2 weeks? 0-2.
Well, yes.
And they're just mowing down.
That's a great point,
four wins
Brad.
in a row.
I did think of that earlier today in some show prep. They're
This team started 0-2, and all of a sudden now they're not only do they have the potential to get playoffs and get into the playoffs, but they have some damage. We saw last year in their playoff game against Fraser. You never know.
Right.
You never know.
And take it up with WPIAL when they do the seedings at the end of the year. I mean, they usually try to do the best they can to get them right.
Sometimes I think that's just the coin toss.
I do too. And then justify it later.
Yeah.
Here's the run up and the kick by Shiro. High kick taken there by Wilson at the 1. He's at the 15, the 20, the 25. He's at the 30.
We saw this last week.
Yeah. And a late flag coming in.
Not really sure what that was for, other than maybe a block or a hold.
Yeah.
That was real late, though.
Real late.
Okay, no. There was 2 flags.
Okay.
There was technically 2 flags
He's
for him.
He's at the 33, where it stands right now. So wait to see what the call is. He's walking back with the ball. That's not a good sign, but he's picking up his flag.
It kind of looks like it's going to be a block in the back. He's pointing over to the Riverside coaches. They're talking this side. So, Okay, a block below the waist
is declined.
So we're re-kicking.
Personal foul.
Horse collar. Okay, so they're going to say a horse collar on that play, I believe. So that's a 15-yard penalty to start it off. So we're almost at the 48, 47-yard line.
48-yard line for the Wolverines.
Here we go.
Start in his 48-yard line.
Yep.
Gibbons in the shotgun. 2 wide outs to the right. Sammy DiCaprio back in the game. We said he was injured there a little bit earlier. Tyler Powell kind of finds his way. We've seen it several times tonight, but there was no lane there that
it's
way.
Like weaving.
Kind of goes to the left and comes back to the right. Going to give him a couple yards on the play, about 3 yards. Number 9 was in there, Tanner Levins, with authority to bring Tyler Powell. Tyler Tanner, too much. So 2nd and 8 are the Wolverines. Ball resting right at midfield at the 50-yard line. There's Wilson coming in motion. Around that right side, took the handoff, and he picks his way through down to the 45-yard line. Picked up about 7 on the play.
I like this installment.
3rd and 1.
I really, really like this installment.
Of the Ashton Wilson coming in,
Right. I tell you,
jet sweep.
Where you've seen this before, and you're going to hate me for this, Michigan, when they first went to Brady Hoke a couple years ago, they did the spread offense where somebody came in, just sweep.
If you come in my house and a Michigan game's on, that means I can't find a remote. I formation, quick handoff there to Storm. I think he's going to have an.
If he doesn't have it, I think the far side is saying 4th down. You know for a fact they're going for it. For it. And you know what kind of play I'm saying right here.
Yeah. But I think they're bringing the
so
chain gang
call.
out.
Yeah.
Chain gang out to
looking. It's high school football field. Lines curve. It's kind of hard to tell, but from what we saw, the line judge came in saying he was short. No matter what, 1st down short, you're going to go for it.
I do watch Michigan. I give you a hard time.
and unfortunately,
next Saturday night.
Yes,
Saturday night. I'm afraid
we'll be rivals.
Yeah, there'll be some text going back and forth. I have a feeling.
Unfortunately, I do watch Penn State games as well. That's my scouting games. We'll put it that way.
That is a first down for the Wolverines.
Something that we needed.
Pushing through there. As we think back as the season progressed, we've really seen Ashton Wilson become more a part of the offense, whether it be via the pass, via the run, the jet sweep. Playing pretty well that way. So, whistle blows, I formation. There's a handoff to Powell. Hit hard there quickly, but not after a 4-yard gain.
This is kind of a different feature, too, seeing Tyler Powell, not necessarily at that fullback position, but the first running back in line. Usually we've seen him as the second. I like that play, too.
Yeah.
The only downfall about this right now is that clock's working against them, not for them.
9:40. Under center's Gibbons. Takes the handoff, throwing, looking downfield, and he wisely throws the ball away. That was, it's going to go in the books as an incomplete pass, but he did not want to take about a 10-yard sack there.
Right.
And there was just nobody. He was rolling right quicker than everybody else could get out to the right on that play.
And it kind of almost seems like Riverside has these long developed pass plays covered. It's the short ones that out of the backfield.
That's a good point, Brad. I would agree to say that.
Here right now, this would be the perfect time to use that short pass. Get that running back out of the backfield.
Yep.
If you don't get the first, again, 2-down territory.
So 3rd and 7. Ball right there on the 40-yard line. Gibbons in that shotgun. Back to pass. They're bringing a strong side on that right side. There's that cross pass to Ashton Wilson at the 30-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. Now, on that time, the right side of the defense brought about everybody.
Yeah.
And we've seen that. I don't know how many catches Ashton Wilson's going to end up with tonight, but just about all of them are just some crossing routes.
Right.
Underneath, not deep. I think we can safely say Ellwood's not an offense that's really built to throw the ball deep. Just because the line not being super big, Gibbons does not have a lot of time to throw the ball down there. Hand off to Powell, weaves his way through.
Good play.
Dragging people all the way down to the 20-yard line. There's a 10-yard run for Tyler Powell and a 1st down. And Shiro in there on the stop.
1st down.
First down, ball at the 20-yard line.
I tell you what, if this was a first quarter drive, this would be awesome to watch. Unfortunately, 4th quarter.
3 wideouts to the left, sending Ashton in motion. There's that sweep again. They got it that time.
Yep.
Number 1 came in from that linebacker position, Sam Hughes. And I don't know the families that well over here, but there's a Hughes. I know it's a cousin or a brother that's playing some football somewhere tomorrow in college. I can't think of the college right now, but the Hughes family the last couple of years have.
I think it was Duquesne. If I'm correct, it was Duquesne that the Hughes went to. I'm not sure if he transferred out of it, but I'm almost positive it was Duquesne.
Yeah. Because we watched them play on their playoff run there a couple years ago. Gibbons back to pass, has a little bit, just threw the ball toward the feet of Tyler Powell.
You never want to say an incomplete play is a good thing, but I think if you catch that, we're talking losing yards.
There was 5 green shirts just in his
just
face.
waiting, just waiting.
But I think on that play, disciplined by the defense, they had Tyler covered for that would be possible screen pass.
Right.
So we get a 3rd and 10 at the 20-yard line. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Gibbons back to pass. He's looking left. There's a pass there to Ashton Wilson.
They're going to say incomplete, and he also took a hit.
Took another hit, did Wilson. He seemed to cramp up again. Some sportsmanship going on there. Riverside player, Shiro, got to pick his foot up, got to stretch back out for him. So he's still, Ashton's still a little gingerly on that foot. Somebody call.
With that injury timeout.
Injury timeout.
Yep. But it's good to see him coming off the field, no doubt. Whether or not he's not
I did not see the ball hit the ground, but I think he might be trapped it or something. I missed that because he
that's kind of big too, because this is being 4th down. Now he has to sit out a play.
Yep.
But at the same time, we know he's going to come back next series for sure. But no doubt you're going to spread him out here. To me, look for the quick little pass right over the middle and see if let the running back or wide receiver for that matter try to get this first down by running. So a quick little pass possibly.
Yep, get him spread out there, Brad. 2 to the left,
4
2
wide?
to the right, 4 wides. Got a man at Gatto in motion. And overrode this right side. You got Sammy in the middle. You got Sammy getting Sammy. Yeah! Touchdown, Sammy!
Let's
DiCaprio. Go. Beautiful. Good for him. Sam DiCaprio on a 20-yard pass. And Sam came out of that slot position and just really split the defensive backs. He reached out there. He wanted that 6 points into the end zone. So 20-yard pass play from Gibbons to DiCaprio. That'll be Gibbons' first touchdown pass of the year. Sam DiCaprio. I wish these kids grew up and he's been Sammy his whole life. So now on for the extra point. That kick is, he got that one. 42-21, 7:42 left to go here in this 4th quarter. An impressive drive there by the Wolverines. It went about, 60 yards? Where did they start that drive at? At the 40-couple-yard line.
Did get a little help with a 15-yard personal foul, but I tell you what, or the horse collar, huge.
Yep,
and I tell you what, that may be the first time we saw 4 wide receivers finally work for the Wolverines. Spread them out, made them thin right in the middle. Nice little pocket. I even said short little pass. There you go.
Yeah, that pass play was about 8 to 10 yards, and the rest was on the feet of Sam DiCaprio.
And I don't think DiCaprio will mind me saying this. He's not your fastest player on the field, but I tell you what, he showed grit right there.
Yeah, he did.
He pushed his way through that in the end zone. What a great play.
Like him, like Gibbons, like a lot of these players. You see him on the baseball diamond.
Yep.
You'll see him on the basketball court. So 7:42 left to go here, 42-21. The Riverside Panthers in the lead.
Maybe a little bit of a trickery right here. Maybe a little bit of onside. Just calling it. Just maybe. You never know.
Well, they might as well. They'll get it at the 45.
You never know. Nope.
Kick there taken at the 30-yard line. Makes the first man miss. Tackle there. Gibbons kicked the ball, runs down, makes the tackle. That's impressive. I like it. going to start at their 37. So outside of the interception recovery they had earlier, this is the deepest Riverside has started in their own territory tonight. So a little sarcasm there, folks. Hughes under center, 2 wide out to the right, I formation, handoff to number 5, weaves his way around at the 40, up to the 43-yard line. Going to pick up about 6 on that play was Calvin Hughes.
If you're Riverside here, you're no doubt you're just running out this clock. You're just going to run. Ellwood, obviously, you're going to start filling the box with 8 men, trying to just get this to, in your
but
favor.
don't hesitate that they wouldn't take a shot downfield, because we know what Shiro can do.
You'll never know. Got to keep them honest.
Keep them. Next week, folks, we got Mohawk at home for senior night. Wow.
Senior night and our last game of the year at home.
Last home game of the year, 7 o'clock, 6:30. Pregame festivities will be going on as our seniors. Hughes handoff there to Calvin Hughes. Not sure if they're brothers or cousins, Calvin and Ben. But picked up a couple on that play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Both bands did a nice job on the halftime show.
Let's have a round of applause for the Riverside Cheerleaders.
So I formation on this 3rd and 1. There's a handoff to Hughes. We're through the hole. Kicks it across midfield to the 49-yard line. Needed 1. Got about 5 on that play. Zach Gatto again in on the tackle. So that's a 1st down for Riverside. And Riverside just in no hurry right now. Yeah, and you can't blame them. That's just good coaching. I mean, Hughes is actually looking at the play clock right now. Sees it 17 seconds. But that's a couple things new here. As we were here 2 years ago to cover one of 3 years ago? 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago to cover one of their playoff games, and they have a play clock now. Handoff to Hughes around that right side. Roland spins his way forward to about the 45-yard line. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6. They gave him 4 on that play. So falling forward there. Noah Bunny was in there on top of the pile. I think that was Ron Gibbons there around the ankles for the stop. 5 minutes to go here in the contest.
This is what we were talking about. We're Riverside, no hurry.
All right.
Take the clock down to about 5 seconds, then make your plays.
Yep. Hughes isn't even going up to the line until he sees about 7. There's a handoff to Hughes around that right side. He's got up the right sidelines. Spadafora pushes him out of bounds. I'm not sure where he went out of.
There is a flag, so I have a feeling this one's going to come back for holding. There is a flag on the other side.
I think you're onto something there, Brad.
We
As
do
it
have
stands, the ball's on the 30-yard. There's no City player down.
Right. Looks like it's a cramp again.
Cramp issue.
But no doubt that's going to be a hold, I believe, and it's going to come back.
Yep.
I think they just called it. I missed it on the field. I think the refs did point. I think it was an illegal shift.
Okay.
Not really sure. Caught something late there. The ref did the nice little thing, which I think is an illegal shift against or illegal formation, however you want to look at it, against Riverside.
But the ball is at midfield, just sitting on the Ellwood City side.
So it's going to be 2nd and 12 with that injury timeout.
As they attend to, we're still not sure who was. Also got here in November at the school, our musical. The musical's going on that 2nd weekend. I think those dates are the 7th to the 9th. November 8th through the 10th. 7th, or 8th, 9th, and 10th. So Noah Bunny was the injured player. He gets up walking off the field in his own power. But doing the musical Shrek this year.
Nice.
So,
and if I'm correct, Colby went and told us last week that they're doing some special effects with that where they're not actually going to use a physical 3D, or not a physical backdrop, but they're going to have a 3D projection
that's right.
of
He
the
did mention
backdrop.
that.
Some really neat technology.
Tonight we usually have Colby here running the huddle clock next to us, but he's in the next room beside us. He's a good kid. Colby does a lot for the football team.
And like he told us, maybe next year.
They had a bonfire last night.
They did have a
football
bonfire.
Boosters. Okay, back to live action here. Hughes under center, hand off to number 3.
Good tackle.
Is that Branton?
That was Tyler Powell.
On the tackle. So, really no gain on the Spatafor on the tackle. They said on the. So it brings up 3rd and 8 for Riverside.
Talking about that bonfire, both these teams actually had bonfires.
It was a
last
tradition
night.
that Riverside's done forever. Ellwood City did it 2 years ago, took a year off last year, and I talked to Sam Teolis end of last week and wanted some input because I helped with it the year before. Hughes back to pass, throws the ball out there. Nice coverage there by Nick Magnifico. Connor Sullivan on the catch. On that 3rd down play, he needed 9 yards, only got about 4, and ridden down there nicely by Nick Magnifico. But I know Sam Teolis, president of the Football Boosters, the cheerleaders were there. Caldwell was there with the band. From what I've heard, it just was just a really nice night for Ellwood City, and I'm sure Riverside's was nice as well.
No doubt.
4th and 5 here. They're going for it. 3:28 to go. They're just letting that clock wind down. Play clock. Hughes back to pass. Throws the ball out there. Wow. They gave him that catch.
Ooh, yeah, that was
nice
a very good catch
there by
number
Nicholas
27.
Jacobs, number 27.
Wow.
He's a senior. First time we called his name tonight. And that was really good coverage here by Ashton Wilson. I don't think he could have covered him any better, but he just laid out there. And it's one thing I'll say about Hughes as a quarterback. His timing is so good on these short out routes.
Right.
I mean, he's putting the ball right there in the breadbasket for these guys to get him. Not just Shiro either. We've seen that mostly tonight. Okay, 2:56. Hand off to number 3. Around that right side. He's at the 30, 25, 20. Makes a cut back. He's at the 10. Taken down from behind. Not sure who came up there. Nick Magnifico comes from behind to make the tackle, but on the 10-yard line, but not after. How far was that?
27 yards.
27 yards for Brody Barton. Coming in here toward the end of the game, getting some carries is Brody. 10th grader, 5'8", 130 pounds. He can make them legs move, though.
Yeah.
All right, we got 1st and 10. It's goal. It is inside the 10-yard line. There's a handoff to Brody once again. Weaves his way through. Gang tackle there at about the 6-yard line. Stay tuned after the game, folks. We're going to have some game stats for you as well as some out-of-town scores. And as always, keep in tune to ecwolverines.com throughout the week for all the Ellwood City Schools activities. Wasn't really sure how the volleyball team did this week. The 8th grade basketball team, girls basketball, had a nice win yesterday against Newcastle. Newcastle girls are always pretty tough, but our girls stepped up and was able to get the game won. They finish up on Tuesday hosting Laurel. There's a pitch from Hughes. Got to run, beats his own man, rolls his way forward to about the 5-yard line. Barton on the carry. So we have an injured player for the Wolverines. Slow to get up is Zach Gatto. He's back. They're kind of telling him to stay down at this point. 1:27 left to go here. It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal. So, yeah, Zach's on his feet, up, moving around. Not sure what the officials are talking to that one player down there for. So up 2, they'll take 2. I'm sure that they will. Check out the Facebook page or get a hold of Sam Teolis, the Football Boosters page, if you're interested in that trip down. I think they were only charging like $20.
Right.
So it's going to be cheaper than trying to drive down there yourself.
Exactly.
So we are at 3rd and 5, minute 13. So Riverside are waiting for that play clock to come down. Back to passes Hughes. Got a man out there. That's a nice catch and a touchdown.
Number 1.
Number 1, Sam Hughes. That freshman with the catch. So we had Calvin Hughes with the throw to Sam Hughes. 5 yards on that touchdown play with 1:01 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Number 4 in to try the extra point, Donnie Taylor, 10th grader. Nice snap, that kick is up. And it goes through. It goes through. So Donnie Taylor with the extra point, hit the upright, but fell through. That kid's excited. I hope he didn't get hurt celebrating. So that makes the score 49-21 with 1 minute left to go in the contest.
Again, if you want the final stats, we will have a abbreviated final stats and final performers here right after the game. You can always catch all of our stats at ecwolverines.com and also this replay on YouTube. If you subscribe to our channel on YouTube, you will get notified, just like we do here in the booth when we go live, which is a great feature. It will just go right to your phone, your mobile device, and it'll let you know. Also, thanks once again to WXED 107.3. It's great that we're on the air, not only here in the video world, but also on the radio.
So 49-21. You know, we've kind of matched them here in this second half. Played a pretty good half, you know, although the score is 49-21. The Wolverines had some things, some positive drives here in this second half. Hopefully something to build on for Mohawk, because we're probably looking at 2 teams looking for their first win next week in this Mohawk. And the way high school sports is, somebody has to tie or win. Has to win, yes. Storm Chambers there about the 23-yard line. Shake and bake he goes. He's at the 40. Come on, Storm, do it, buddy. 50, 45, 1 man to beat. He's at the 35, 30, 25, all the way down to the 25-yard line. Storm Chambers with 2 touchdowns on the night already. I think he was looking for 3. A great return there for senior Storm Chambers. He was rumbling, bumbling, tumbling down there and got taken down by number 3, Brody Barton. So a nice return there for Storm. And I tell you, Storm he's lettered all 3 years coming into this. I know it's his senior year. He really wanted to make it special. I know he's definitely wanted to win more games than they have. But no matter what the record is, no matter what the score is, that's a football player there that gives us all each and every play. I applaud him for that. So do we have a timeout here?
I believe we do have a timeout. I think either Riverside or Ellwood called this timeout to get some subs, because I see some numbers there here and there that may be subbing in.
Well, I think it's something that
also just a little bit of a break.
A little bit of a break. Elwood has not played a JV game yet, just because they are so young. You have 3 seniors. They really could not afford to have injuries.
Yeah.
For schools this year, one school, name escapes me, forfeited a game because the injury bug hit him so hard. And
it was Riverside that took that timeout. And we talked about this just at the beginning of the game, that big guy, he's 6'7", I believe the number is 48.
Jeez, oh man.
Big dude out there.
Where'd he come from?
Part of the subs.
All right, there's a handoff to Tyler Powell. Shake and bake. He's down to the 5-yard line. Inside the 10. Takes it down about the 9-yard line. 16-yard gain there. What number is that kid?
I think
Connor
it's number
Paulman.
Oh, sorry, not
He's
48, 78.
He's a freshman, 6'7", 305. Good.
Don't
Googly
get
moogly.
in front of him.
Quick pass out there. Hughes to Wilson. This time it worked. Made a man miss. Rolling his way forward. Gets down to about the 1/2 yard line.
Ooh.
18 seconds left to go. Timeout, Ellwood
I
City.
was just going to say Riverside fans are not going to be happy about that timeout.
So timeout, Ellwood City. 18 seconds left to go. It's a first down.
Down at they're saying the 2. It's kind of like the 1.5 or 2 yard line.
Yeah.
But you've got, what, 2 more
short
timeouts? Elwood has 1 more timeout.
One more
So they
timeout, I
have
believe.
pretty
One more
much,
timeout.
no doubt in my mind, at least 2 if not 3 shots at this one. I know where this one's going to me.
It's going to your senior Storm Chambers.
Nope, that is Ashton Wilson. I love that play. I love that play.
Yep.
Give the man that's done it, or no, that was Storm Chambers.
Storm Chambers.
Give it to the senior.
So that's his 3rd touchdown for the night, Storm Chambers. On the 2-yard run for Storm, making our score 49-27. We'll await the extra point. So we're winding down the game here. There's the snap. That kick is up, and
Hey, it's
good.
All right.
49-28. We stand here. Just 14 seconds left to go in the contest. Once again, next week it'll be Mohawk, and I wasn't even sure who they had this week. Brad,
Mohawk
I saw
had
what
that Burgettstown team, that hot Burgettstown team.
Burgettstown.
It was
Oh, yeah,
37-0
okay,
at halftime.
I did
So
see that. So, somebody's got to win, and so let's hope that can be our Wolverines.
tell you what, never is it a good thing that the most points you scored all year is week 7. But we saw something that I think most people on paper did not think would happen, putting up
Right.
28 points.
Right.
Hey, we'll take it.
Right.
28
Right.
points. You just doubled the points scored on the season in one game. There was fight tonight. We saw the offense finally break through, and not
Yep.
only one-dimensional, but we saw some passes
Yes, we did.
being made
Yep,
too.
Maybe not the far ones down the field like Riverside did, but hey, we'll take a 15-yard pass play. We'll take a 12-yard pass play.
Exactly.
Let those things work.
There is a set of keys that has been found on the Ellwood City side. If they are your keys, please come to the press box.
So here's Gibbons. With the run up and the kick. Timeout, Ellwood. Timeout, Ellwood City.
Oh, delaying the inevitable.
Unless they come up with a 21-point play.
And that means 3 timeouts tonight that happened either at the start of a quarter, at the end of a
Yes,
quarter, or
yes.
whatever, and then now this. So
after
who
a
knows?
scoring drive.
Who knows? Maybe they saw something, maybe go on sides, and
Yep.
We'll
just
have a
to
nice
make
little
sure it's
play.
right.
get this from the books.
So,
Gotta say, Riverside's band tonight has been
yeah, they are. They got the Jeopardy
Pretty good.
Jeopardy song going on.
pretty good going.
Unfortunately, that'll be stuck in our head for the next 2 days. But
So let's try this again.
they're out of timeout, so I don't think they can call
Yeah.
one.
Looking like an onside kick here coming.
All right.
Yep,
It
there
is
it
an
is.
onside kick, and it was recovered by number 1, Sam Hughes, at, look at this, the 45-yard line, the 48-yard line. So we should have been doing that all night.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
All right, 12 seconds left to go here.
I think we'll see
we
a
got
kneel
the,
down and
victory formation.
right.
Let's hope for that.
Holy crap!
They called a timeout.
Holy crap!
Riverside just called a timeout. Hey, you can't take them home with you.
You don't take them home with you, but I have a feeling this was done on purpose because Ellwood took a timeout. Now, no doubt, because look at the coach. The coach for Riverside's all the way out there at the 50. No doubt he did that on purpose.
Well, unless
there
we,
was
we
no
can't-
doubt.
We can't hear what's being said.
I'm going there. No doubt this was done on purpose. I have a feeling because somebody went and took a timeout. Now I got to take my timeout. I don't like this at all. That kind of irks me a little bit, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Right. Right.
I mean, look at this. The coaches are already get them off the field. How are they going to let this play happen? I mean, okay.
They don't see
I'll stop. I'll stop talking.
Yep. I think they just don't want any extracurricular activity.
Right.
This thing's over. So.
All right.
Okay, as we wind down here, some things you. So that's the end of the game. It's Riverside Panthers 49, Ellwood City 28. Hang right here on with us, folks. We'll have you some post-game stats along with out-of-town scores.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs. All right, folks, welcome back to a final score here from Riverside High School as the Riverside Panthers unfortunately defeat the Ellwood City Wolverines 49-28. We'll give you a little bit of a recap. The scoring plays, wow, some points tonight. Total of I can't even count, 77 points tonight. Dante Phillips started the scoring within less than 3 minutes, put up the first score for the Riverside Panthers. They were up 7-0. Ben Hughes completed pass to Dante Phillips for his second touchdown. Just 3 minutes later, made it 14-0. Ben Hughes once again for a completed pass for a touchdown to Nathan Ciaro from 54 yards out, made it 21-0. And then in the second quarter, right before halftime, an unfortunate pass by Ben Hughes was caught by Nathan Ciaro for a 36-yard touchdown, made the score 28-0 at halftime. So Ciaro and Phillips both had 2 touchdowns apiece. Third quarter, we said this on the air. This is 2 weeks in a row now that we have called big plays coming out of the second half. The Wolverines got that play from a nice 6-yard run by Storm Chambers. That extra point was missed, made the score 28-6. Riverside Panthers answered right back 2 minutes later in the third quarter with a completed pass by Ben Hughes, his third passing touchdown now on the night, to Josh Bishops for 13 yards, 35-6 Riverside. In the third quarter at 3:02, Ellwood City had a good play by Ryan Gibbons, waited for the player to get open, and the first passing touchdown, if I'm correct, on the year to number 44, Storm Chambers from 10 yards out. The 2-point conversion was good by Ryan Gibbons to Peyton O'Brien, made the score 35-14. Riverside in the fourth quarter, 11:53, right after the timeout from change of quarters, Ben Hughes for his fourth passing touchdown on the night to Nathan Ciaro for 22 yards, made the score 42-14. Wolverines came back at 7:42. Ryan Gibbons completed his second touchdown on the year to Sammy DiCaprio for 20 yards, made the score 42-21. Riverside with 1:01 left. Ben Hughes completed pass for his fifth, I believe. I have to look at the number there, for 5 yards to Samuel Hughes for a touchdown, made the score 49-21. And then the final score with 14 seconds left, Storm Chambers getting his third score on the night from 1 yard out. Extra point was good, and your final score read the Riverside Panthers 49, Wolverines 28. Some final stats for team-wise. Offensive game. We could say that not only did Riverside put up some crazy numbers offensively, the Wolverines battled through 6 weeks of only having one game over 100 yards. Finally, they broke through tonight. Riverside broke with 4:17. With Ellwood at 3:38. Okay. Not bad. Yards per play. First time over 5 yards per play for the Wolverines. They averaged 6.1 yards per play on 55 plays, whereas Riverside averaged 8 on 52. Passing-wise was in favor of Riverside, 197 to 129. Rushing was pretty even, 209 for Ellwood, 220 for Riverside. Penalties-wise, 5 for 45 for Riverside, 4 for 30 for Ellwood City. Turnovers didn't really play too much a factor except for that score right before halftime, unfortunately. Wolverines did have 2 fumbles lost on the evening and the interception by Zach Gatto against Riverside. So 2-1 in favor of Riverside. First downs wise, 18 to 23. We saw 41 first downs tonight. Wow. 23 for Riverside, 18 for the Wolverines. And talk about a stat line that we have not talked about all year long. Third down conversions. The Wolverines finished 8 for 15, a 53.3 percentage. That was hands down their best outing on the night. Individual stats, Ben Hughes led the way. Not 5, 6 passing touchdowns tonight. Whew.
Wow.
He just went from 14 to 20. So he has 20 passing touchdowns and only 4 interceptions on the year. That's a 5-to-1 ratio. I'll take that any day in high school football.
Right.
Ben Hughes, 14 of 16, 197, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. No doubt his QBR is going to be something that's 120-something. Passing for Ellwood City, Ryan Gibbons, 8 for 18, 129, 2 touchdowns. Rushing-wise, kind of not only a 3-trio running back, but actually 4 running backs used for Riverside. Dante Phillips, 21 attempts, 91 yards and a touchdown. Nathan Ciara, 4 rushes, 59 yards. Calvin Hughes, 6 rushes, 36 yards. And then Brody Barton there at the end, 4 carries, 35 yards. For the Wolverines, Tyler Powell led the way, 18 carries, 160, a $160 on the night.
That's the second time over 100 yards.
Yep, 8.9 yard per carry. Ashton Wilson, 6 for 29. Storm Changers, 5 for 15. But more importantly, 2 touchdowns from a couple yards out. Receiving-wise for Riverside, the big one we talked about all week. The game plan, unfortunately, didn't happen. 7 receptions for Nathan Ciara, 147, 3 touchdowns. Josh Bishop, 2 for 18 and a touchdown, and then Sam Hughes, 2 for 16 and a touchdown. And also Dante Phillips, 1 for 6 and a touchdown. For Ellwood City, wow, just missed it. Ashton Wilson, 6 receptions, 99 yards. Sam DiCaprio, 1 for 20, 1 touchdown. And Storm Chambers, 1 for 10 yards and touchdown. And then finally, individual defensive stats. Riverside, Avery Wolf, number 53, had 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. And also, we want to talk about that 63. Josh Rosenberger, he was pretty good there. He added 5 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. For the Wolverines, leading the way was Tyler Powell. He had 9 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. So there's your individual stats on the night. Unfortunately, ends up on the wrong foot in favor of Riverside Panthers. So Riverside will continue to hold on to that Riv-Ell Cup. They now improved to technically 20-14 since 1997 against the Wolverines. A couple out-of-town scores to update you. Big ones. Some big ones in the 2A Midwestern Conference. Huge. Burgettstown did defeat Mohawk 43-0, so that sets up our Super Bowl next week, senior night. Make sure you come out, support us. You never want to look 0-8 and 0-8 on the field, but somebody's got to win.
It might be a really good game.
It could be really, really, really good. Newcastle went on to defeat that was going to the mid-4th, I think. It was 22-7, Newcastle. We'll pass up this one real quick. Shenango is leading on Southmoreland 35-20, headed to a final there. Cornell pulling away, actually. Or not pulling away, but coming back in this game. They actually have the lead on Laurel now, 25-21, so that's a good one to check in. And then finally, Carmichael is pulling 27-12 lead over Union. They are going on to win that game. Lastly, what we want to talk about, 2A Midwestern Conference. Hold the lock up for one more week. Neshannock, 49-21. It's not a final. There's about 2 minutes left in that game. But, wow, that's going to be – I don't want to say it's an upset per se.
Freedom. It's safe to say Freedom would have been.
But Freedom – we heard the stat line last week. What was it? They've won 20 – oh, boy. They won going back to last year, they won like 22 some home games, or not home games. In the past 20, that's what it was. In the past 22 games, Freedom was 18-4. They will now improve or fall to 18-5.
Right.
So naturally,
where was that game at? Just curious.
I'm not sure
because
we were asked that in the booth. Unfortunately,
Freedom has never lost at their new field.
Right.
This is their second year in that field, and they've never lost. But I'm thinking that game's at Neshannock.
Right.
And Freedom had such an emotional win last week, kicking the field goal in the last 3 seconds.
Right.
They got the ball with less than a minute, drove 60 yards. And got themselves into field goal to beat crosstown rivals New Brighton.
Right.
And that's just a lot of things happening.
And we'll throw them up there real quick. There's the standings from last week. So Freedom will go to 5-1. Neshannock will go to 4-1. Now this is going to come down to, we can't say that they've clinched number 1 seed, because if both teams win out and go 6-1. Technically, Neshannock would be technically the number 1 seed
from the head-to-head.
We can't even say number 1 seed anymore with Whitfield.
Right.
Oh, they would technically
be number 1 in our conference.
Number 1 in the conference. Both teams, and I don't like this idea, but if you have the same record, both teams, or 3 teams for that matter, will share the champion or the winner of the division 2A. I didn't like that. That happened last year with Freedom and Mohawk, but it is what it is. So again, there's that. New Brighton plays tomorrow at Western Beaver. It's a 12:30 game. That's going to be a big one. That could settle the 30 seed and 4 seed ordeal, with now Riverside improving to 4-2 in conference play. Now you've got 3 or 4 teams now vying for this 2 seed, 3 seed, 4 seed. And at the same time, with that upset, now the 1 seed is open now. So we're back to square one where who knows what's going to happen.
You kind of want to remember Riverside is on, what, a 5-game win streak now?
Yeah.
Riverside's on a 5-game win streak, and they lost by Freedom on a head-to-head by 1 point.
And you can mark it down now that, to me, right now, the hottest team could be what we just saw. It could be the hottest streak.
And we didn't see him with their number 1 running back tonight.
Exactly.
And
so
I think
that could make a difference.
That goes into the equation.
Right.
So
there's your out-of-town scores. I'm going to throw it over to Thad Sturgeon. He'll take us out. And, again, catch us next week. Mohawk at senior night. It's our bowl game, shall we say.
Yep.
That's me.
Very good.
Pass it over.
Thank you, Brad Windhorst. Once again, I am Thad Sturgeon. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Once again, next week, 6:30, we'll be on the air. Not much of anything else. We'll have senior night next week. We appreciate you joining us this evening. We're going to have some extra things next week, just some thank yous that we're going to have to do that have been all year. Of course, we want to thank and signing off with 107.3 WXED. I'm going to be in the car in about 10 minutes. Rick Venezzi out there, so if you want to throw in a little Bon Jovi, that would be fine with me. So thanks to 107.3. On behalf of Brad Windhorst and myself, Thad Sturgeon, final tonight, 49-28, Riverside over Ellwood City. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Thank you, and good night.